Hi everyone. In this video, we'll discuss about one of the previous year question paper, that is this memory based mark questions, that is IBPS PO preliminary exam, which was up in 2024. So let us look at this. So we are going to discuss here exclusively only general English paper. So that's what we are dealing here, and please note that point. And in this general English, if you look at this from the first question number 1 to question number 8, it was asked for reading comprehension. So we'll look at that. And question number 9 to 13. So this was these questions are based upon any word mistakes in the respect to a sentence. Okay, so this is basically sentence characters. Okay, so from 9 to 13 is a sentence characters. Then from 14 to 20, sentence rearrangement. Okay, so you have given a sentence and you should rearrange it in some proper fashion, so you should follow some sequence. Then here this is basically it's also like sentence characters itself, but here sometimes they'll give you some spelling mistakes, so that also you should be able to identify. Then something like a spelling mistake if there is no correction. So this is two questions like this. Then fill in the blanks from 23 to 30. That's all. And in 22 to 30 till 23 to 38, so 27 all the fill in the blanks, but here in 28, 29 and 30, so what they have done is instead of asking like a fill in the blanks, they framed the same sentence here in such a way that actually you will be given some phrasal verbs. So for example, here there is a get across, so that get across, how you can use it in a sentence. Okay, so the phrasal verbs is not exactly like get across. Okay, so got across, so so what is that form? Okay, so that is also being asked here. So based on this, first what we'll do is we'll go and try to solve the today's question paper, that is IBPS PO Prelims 2024 question paper. Okay, so first one. So if you have gone through the previous what we can say, our playlist, so our playlist was given like this. Okay, English grammar, okay, this is our first playlist. Then the second playlist is model questions. And this is a third one. This is the previous year question papers. So at present we are discussing this preliminary 2024 question paper. So if you have gone through this topic, that is English grammar and model questions, so then we can say now what we are going to discuss is good for you. But if you have not gone through it, at least go through these model question papers. So in the model question papers, I have discussed, for example, if it is a reading comprehension, so how to solve this reading comprehension, like how many varieties of questions will come. So that models and all, we have taken some previous question papers or some from different sources. So we have given something like a complete outline there. So if you have gone through it, then what I'm going to discuss is very easy for you now. Here, right now, when we are going to solve this 2024 question paper, so the first thing you have to remember, whenever you see a reading comprehension question paper, don't read the passage. First, directly go to the question. What's the question? First question. Okay, so read the question. So based upon the question, go and find the answer. Okay, don't read the question and come back. Okay, I have told that very clearly in the reading comprehension video. Please have a look at that. Now let us dive into this here. According to the passage, which of the following statements is or are true? So it may be one question, one sentence may be true, or else all the three sentences may be true. We don't know. So that's the reason why they have given is or are. So that we need to find out. So first read the sentence here. Emotional intelligence is primarily shaped by biology factors with a little influence from socialization. So please note the point. Emotional intelligence is framed by biology and little influence from socialization. Okay, so this is not this one, so this is only this one. That's what this first sentence. Then women tends to excel the empathy, social responsibility, and the interpersonal relationships according to the research. Okay. So woman has this empathy, social responsibility, interpersonal relationships according to the research. Okay, that's a one second point. Okay, so this is the first point. That is the second point. Assertiveness and stress tolerance are often considered key emotional competitiveness where men perform better. So there are three things here. Okay, so assertiveness, that's the first one, and the stress tolerance, second one, are attributed to key tolerance emotional intelligence to men. Okay, so they have given for women, they have given some list. Okay, something for men, this is the second point. And the third point is for men also they have given something. So we need to find out whether all this true or not. Okay, that's one point. So first, based upon this, this answer is there or not, that you have to go and search in the reading comprehension. That's we need to do it. Okay, you have to do it very fastly. Okay, now here read the from now we have to start reading the question paper now. This reading passage now. Emotional intelligence is increasingly recognized as a key component of success in both the personal and professional realms. While men and women may possess similar overall levels of EQ, that is emotional intelligence, research consistently shows that they tend to excel in different emotional competitors. Okay, they are different. Women often score high in areas such as empathy, interpersonal relationships. Okay, so women, empathy, interpersonal relationships, social responsibility, whereas, okay, so women perform that. Okay, whereas men tend to perform better in assertiveness and stress tolerance and self-regard. Okay, these differences lay a different foundation for distinction between emotional approach and each gender brings to the workplace, shaped by both biological factors and powerful process of socialization. So by both the biological factors and socialization, both should be there. Okay, so based upon this, if you go and look at the answer, what they are saying, emotional intelligence is a product of both biology and socialization. But in the problem they have given, it's not socialization. Okay, so a little influence. Okay, so with the little influence means, so there is no answer. Okay, so one is not an answer. First point. Okay, one is not the right answer. Then women tends to excel in empathy, social responsibility, and interpersonal relations according to research. Yes, that is right. Okay, 2 is right. Then assertiveness and stress tolerance are often considered key emotional competence, whereas for men perform better. So that is also said just before now. Okay, yeah, that's also true. So 2 and 3 are right, 1 is false. 2 and 3 are right, 1 is false. So they are asked all about true only. Okay, so the right answer is C. Then the next one is, which of the following statements is incorrect based upon the passage? You have to note it down. Men's assertiveness and self-regard give them an advantage in hierarchical leadership position. First point. So means, so men because of this leadership. Okay, men are having leadership goals. Okay, so just some small shortcut or something like that, you just keep that one so that you can easily remember while you're reading the passage. Women relationship strengths are particularly well suited for competitive high pressure roles in leadership. Okay, so women relational strength also particularly well suited for competitive, okay, and leadership, high pressure and leadership, okay, competition, high pressure, okay, all these things. So that's also given here in the answer. So this in the question they have given boys are often encouraged to be decisive and assertive from an early age. Okay, so boys are often encouraged to be decisive and assertive. Socialization influences the development of emotional competitiveness for both the genders. Okay, so socialization develop an emotional competitiveness. Okay, emotional competitiveness. That's okay for boy and girl. Okay, for both people. Emotional intelligence skills learned in childhood are enforcement by societal norms as individual grow older. So emotional skills learned in childhood are reinforcement for societal norms for individual as they grow older. So here, they are asking what is the incorrect based one. Okay, so incorrect based one is what you have to do is you need to read the passage. Okay, so first passage we have already read. Okay, it's over. Now the second passage is socialization plays a significant role in determination of gender specific strengths from an early age. Boys and girls receive different messages about how they should behave. Boys are often asked to be competitive, confident, assertive, and decisive. Okay, so this is the boys are decisive and assertive. Okay, that's the right sentence. And thought to be winning is a primary importance. Girls, on the other hand, are socialized to be the nurturing, empathetic, and emotionally expressive. They learn to value relationships and cooperative over the competition. So basically, what here? Look at here. Girls are taught or learn to value relationships and cooperation over competition. So they are not taught for competition. They are taught for relationships and cooperation. Okay, so that's what they are doing. Okay, girls are not taught for going for a competition. So that's where actually here we have an issue. The sentence says women relationship strength are particularly well suited for competitive high pressure roles in leadership. So they are not taught that way. No, so that's reason why. So this is false. So this is false. Then we have to look at the other options also. Okay, so boys are encouraged. So this is right. This is right. Socialization influences the development of emotional competence of both genders. Okay, so then some more is there here, and these early experiences influences development of specific emotional intelligence skills, with the boys becoming more assertive and confident, girls excelling in empathy and interpersonal communication. As boys and girls grow into adults, they learn behavior and reinforced by societal norms and expectations. In the workplace, this socialized behavior manifests in ways that can impact professional roles and leadership opportunities. Men's strength in assertive and self-regard for often give them an advantage in competitive environments, helping them excel in leadership positions. Meanwhile, women's strength in empathy and interpersonal relationships make them highly effective in teamwork and collaborative settings, though these skills are sometimes undervalued in leadership qualities. Okay, so that's one point. These gender-based differences in emotional intelligence may contribute to the leadership gender gap. Men's natural tendencies towards assertive and confidence and can help them rise in hierarchical structures, while women's empathy and relational strengths are often better suited for team-oriented roles. Recognizing and values these differences can help organizations leverage the diverse emotional strengths of both genders, fostering more balanced and inclusive leadership landscape. Okay, so we have read all the passage, so this previous one, actually only B is a false, then almost everything is right. Okay, you can see that emotional intelligence skills, this is also right. That's what they said. This is right, this is right, this is right, only this is false. So B is the answer. The next one, so now you have read the passage. Okay, so you can go and do it very fastly. According to the passage, which of the following statements is or are true? Okay, so in this, women's emotional intelligence strengths are undervalued in hierarchical structures, particularly in leadership positions. Okay, then, so which of the following is true? Okay, then men tend to perform better in teamwork and collaborative settings due to their confidence. Societal expectations reinforce the emotional competitiveness that boys and girls develop in early life. So basically, what they said, look at here. Women emotional intelligence strength are undervalued in hierarchical structures and particularly leadership positions. So go to that passage. That's what they said, right? So here in this passage, somewhere here, yeah, women's strength in empathy, interpersonal make highly effective in teamwork and collaboration, though these skills are sometimes undervalued in this. Okay, so this is the one. So this is true. So they are asking true, right? So first one is true. First one is true. Okay, men tend to perform better in teamwork and collaborative settings due to their confidence. These gender based, okay, men's natural tendency towards assertive and confidence can help them rise in hierarchical structures. Okay, men's natural tendencies towards hierarchical structures. Okay, so men actually can perform well when they are alone. So men tends to perform towards assertive and confidence can help them rise in hierarchical structures. So they said men's natural tendency. Okay, so they are not group tendency, they are natural tendency. Okay, so these gender based difference emotional may contribute to leadership gap. Here if you look at here, women perform group wise, can perform effective in group wise when they are in a team, but men usually perform when they are individual. Okay, that's what the sentence is here. Okay, so here naturally they are saying they have performed teamwork, so this is false here. Okay, societal expectations reinforce the emotional competitiveness that boy and girls develop in early life. That is also given in the passage. Recognizing, yeah, societal at the very, not here, yeah. As boys and girls grow in adults, these learned behavior can reinforce the societal norms and expectations. Yes. So here the first two lines they have given. So societal expectations reinforce the emotional intelligence by boys developed in early. So this is right. Okay. So 1 and 3 are right. So B would be the answer. Okay. Then next one. Which of the following words has similar meaning as lay? Lay in the sense something to do some foundation, to put it something. Okay. So establish, cover, remove, complicate, dismiss. Okay. So lay means basically what? To establish. Establish is right. Okay. Then to lay in the sense, what we can say, if you don't understand, if you don't know the meaning of this one, okay, for example, go to the passage and look at that respective word where that lay is there. Okay, so here the word lay will be somewhere here, so we may not be able to search it with this much But anyway, yeah. So here, these differences lay the foundation for the distinct emotional approaches. Okay. So differences lay the foundation. Lay the foundation means it will naturally lead to the foundation. Okay. So that's the way. So here, lead, okay, lead to the foundation, okay, conclude, something like this, okay. So here, cover is somewhat similar answer. Establish is the right answer. Remove, not answer. Complicate, not answer. Dismiss, not answer, okay. So it will cover the somewhat near to the answer, okay, but we can't use the cover because it's somewhat not exactly true, somewhat related. So the right word here is establish, okay. So that one. The next one is based on the passage, which of the following can be logically inferred about gender differences in emotional intelligence? Women's strength in empathy and interpersonal relationships makes them more suitable for leadership roles in men. Women's strength in empathy and leadership and interpersonal relationships make them more suitable for leadership roles than men. First point. Second point, here men's performance in assertiveness and confidence is exclusively that a result of societal conditions with no biological factors involved. Organizations that recognize and value both genders and emotional strengths can create more balanced and effective leadership. Women are less likely to succeed in competitive environments because they lack confidence and assertiveness. Emotional intelligence and competitiveness between men and women are so different they cannot ineffectively collaborate in professional settings. So here they have given different conclusions here, okay. But if you look at all the conclusions, you can see here, third C, organizations that recognize and value both genders' emotional strengths can create more balanced and effective leadership, okay. This is not in the passage, okay. Here this is basically, after reading the passage, you can give this conclusion. Why that? Because men generally work take a decisive actions, okay, decisive actions and assertiveness, they'll do it, okay. Those two are contribution of the men, okay. Men contribution is assertiveness and decisive, okay. Whereas women can work in team and interpersonal relationships they can maintain. So that's one in the passage it is given, okay. So all these things are needed in a company, okay. This also you need, this also you need. So that's the reason why organizations that recognize the values of both genders, emotional strengths, and can create more balanced and effective leadership. So this would be the logical conclusion. So that's what they said. They logically inferred from the passage, inferred about the gender difference in emotional intelligence. Okay, then next one. Which of the following can be inferred from the following societal norms in the shaping of emotional intelligence based upon the passage? So if you look at here, societal norms. Yeah, here if you look at here, societal norms affect women's emotional intelligence, particularly in developing empathy and interpersonal skills. Boys and girls are socialized in a way that they equally promotes both assertiveness and empathy in both genders. Third one is emotional intelligence is fixed and cannot be influenced or altered once the societal norms have shaped it during childhood. Societal expectations reinforce gender-specific emotional skills, leading to men excelling in competitive environments and women in teamwork. The fun part. Societal norms have no influence in emotional competitiveness and which are purely biologically determined. So here they are asking inference, okay. So here if you look at here inference. So this is an inference-based question. So for inference-based question, you must have that topic, whatever the topic they're asking, the topic, you have to read that very neatly and do it. Okay, so we have already done that. So based on that, societal norms only affect women's emotional intelligence, and particularly in developing empathy and interpersonal relationships. Okay, so that's what they are saying. This is actually partly true, but this is just to have next one. Boys and girls are socialized in a way that equally promote both assertive and empathy in both genders. So that is socialized in a way that equally promote. No, that is not true. Okay, they are actually brought up differently. Okay, that's what they are saying. Emotional intelligence is fixed and cannot be influenced or altered once societal norms have shaped during their childhood. No, they can be changed. Okay, societal expectations reinforce gender-specific emotional skills, leading into the more men excelling in competitive environments and women in teamwork. So societal expectations reinforce. Okay, yeah, that is the expectations. That's what they said here. Look at the last one, last passage here. So these gender-specific emotional contribute. Okay, then while women empathy and relationships are often better suited for teamwork roles, recognizing high value differences and can help the organization leverage and diverse emotional strengths. Both genders, fostering more balanced inclusion and leadership goals in leadership landscape. So men's natural tendency for assertiveness and confidence in a hierarchical structure, while women empathy and relationships are often better suited. That's what they said for a teamwork. So here, what would be here? This is basically right. Okay, so this is basically right one. Look at the last one. Societal norms have no influence on emotional competitiveness, which are purely biologically determined. So this is false. This one is false. Okay, so the right answer would be D here. Then what is the antonym of approach? Okay, what is the antonym? Antonym means opposite. So approach means to go. Okay, so approach means to reach. So to reach, okay, assist, destroy, engage, leverage. Okay, so withdraw will be the right word here for antonym. Okay, so withdraw will be the right one. Choose the correct word to fill in the blanks. Okay, so what is that? Fill in the blank. There is one. That's okay. Boys are often dashed to be competitive. Boys are dashed often to be competitive. Boys are persuaded to be competitive, discouraged to be competitive, encouraged to be competitive, influenced to be competitive, restricted to be competitive. So boys are often not persuaded. Nobody will persuade you. Okay, discourage you. Nobody will discourage you. So encourage is right. Influenced is somewhat right, and restricted is not right. Okay. So if you want to choose between these two, so the right word is encourage. So mostly we'll encourage somebody to do something. Okay, so that's the reason why we have to choose the word encourage. Encourage would be the right. And next one. In each of the following questions, a sentence with the 4 highlighted words is provided. Okay, that actually because of auto correction it not been done properly here. These highlighted words may be either misspelled or used inappropriately. Select the incorrect word and then answer that highlighted the word. Okay, so here the children's favorite activities at the camp was hiking through the forest trails. Okay, so here the children's activity. So here basically the children favorite activities. Okay, this many should not come. Okay, favorite activities. The children's activities are actually saying this, no subject. Then next, this is favorite is basically it will contribute to only singular. but don't worry about singular and plural now. But here, children's activities are the right word. Okay, you have to remove the favorite. So the favorite word is the wrong answer. So the children's activity at the children's activities at the camp was hiking through the forest trails. The next one, she felt an overwhelming sense of joy as she watched the sunset, its vibrant colors painting in the sky. So overwhelming sense of joy. Usually this word should come like a joy. Sense of joy. Okay, so here joy is right now. So that is the, so overwhelming sense of watched vibrant, sense of vibrant, sense of overwhelming. So the sense of joy. Okay. In the following question, a few sentences are given. Identify the sentences that are grammatically and contextually correct. The team has worked really hard and deserves all the praise they are receiving. She was excited to start her new job, but her nervousness was affecting her confidence. Each of the students were required to submit their projects before the deadline. So here, if you look at carefully, so you can observe that they are asking correct, contextually correct, and grammatically correct. So here, if you look at here, first sentence, a team has, the team is a singular, so they used has, right? Worked really hard and deserves all the praise they are right. The team has, right, worked really hard. Okay, this is all, everything is right. First one is right. She was, right. Then this is generally the grammar, okay, but her nervousness was affecting. Okay, this is also right. And confidence, this is everything. The sentence, second sentence is also right. So third sentence, if you look at, they did some small grammatical mistake. Each of the students were required. So they used each of the students. So each of the students means what? Each of the students. So I have told you in the previous class also, in the theory class, each of the student is a singular. Okay, so singular. So for singular, you cannot use were. So if it was written as was, each of the student was required to submit their projects before deadline. Okay, the projects is also wrong. Is also wrong. Okay, so required to submit his or her, not their, his or her project before the deadline. So that is the right sentence. Okay, so or else actually instead of that, actually they have put was, that would be the right. So this third one is basically wrong. So 1 and 2 are right. They are asking right one, correct one. Then the next one is, in the following questions, yeah, same thing, grammatically and context. So they are asking incorrect. Yeah. The manager along with her team were discussing the upcoming project in the great detail. If I would have known about the event earlier, I would have definitely attended it. The city has experienced a significant drop in crime rates, largely due to the new safety measures implemented in last year. Okay, so here if you have a look at, they are asking incorrect one. Okay, so in the manager along with her team, okay, along with her team, not where was, because it's a third person. The manager is a third person singular. Okay, so that's generally mistake. If I would have known about that event earlier, I would have attended. Okay, if I had known about that event earlier, I would have definitely attended them. Okay, so the incorrect one is 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is the incorrect one. Then the next one, In the following questions, a few sentences are given. Identify the sentences that are grammatically and contextually correct. If you would have studied harder, you could have passed the exam. Despite the rain, the outdoor events went on as planned, attracting a large crowd. Okay. And the third one is the company's profit have been steadily increasing due to its new marketing strategy. So if you have, so what they're asking is grammatically correct. Okay. So grammatically correct, we have to identify. If you would have studied studied harder, it's the same grammar mistake like this. Okay. If you had studied, harder, you could have passed. So that despite the rain, the outdoor event went on plan. So attracting a large crowd, that is sentence is right. The second sentence is right. Then the company's profits have been steadily increasing due to its new marketing strategy is also right. So they're all the correct answer. So both 2 and 3 are right. Then this is the sentence rearrangement here. So sentence rearrangement, if you look at here, so rearrange the sentence. First you should do rearrangement, or else one more thing you can do, that is go to the questions. Okay, what are the questions they asked? First sentence is what, then second, then third, then fourth, fifth. Okay, so you don't have any other option, you have to solve everything here. So if only 2 or 3 questions are there, then that only that you identify, that much is enough. But anyway, we can't do anything. Okay. Here, what is this one? The government has therefore employed the authorities to conduct fumigations as the situations continue to escalate. So that is, it's not like this. First, actually, you go according to the idea which I told you. So basically, the idea is like this. Okay. So first of all, identify the beginning start sentence. What is the start point of sentence? Okay. First point. What is the finish? Finish or last or final, end, whatever you call, whatever you name. Okay. Final, finish, last, end. Okay, some names, whichever the names you wanted to give, you just give it. Okay, so this is the one, start, beginning. Okay, so what is this one? So here itself, what happens now? 1 and 2. Okay, here 2. Okay, totally how many are there? A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so fifth one. This is the first point. This is the second point. So naturally you will have 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. Okay, you should identify this one. Okay, here now look at the sentences here. So we already told you that in the previous videos, if the sentence rearrangement questions are there, first you identify the first one. So first sentence is what? It always starts with the subject. So what is the subject here? Paris, a global tourist destination. Okay, this is the first, this is one subject. Then this outbreak is not that one. Okay, experts suggest international, right? Experts is also one subject. Then furthermore, it cannot be. Okay, the government is also one subject. Okay, in between these 3, you need to choose which is the right subject. So in all the 3 sentences, despite effort, that generally it won't start, any sentence will not start with a despite. Okay, so this outbreak is, that is also will not start. Furthermore, usually it will not start. Okay, so keep this point in mind. The government, Paris, a global tourist destination, experts. So between these 3, which is the right one to start? The government has therefore developed authorities to conduct a fumigation as the situation to escalate. So here you can see that actually the sentence is already something like giving a conclusion. It is giving some sort of a conclusion. So it is not the start point of sentence. So the first sentence is not this one. Paris, a global destination, has recently faced a trouble troubling resurgence of bed bugs across the various neighborhoods and popular attraction in the city. So this would be likely to start. Experts suggest that international travel and dense urban environments have facilitated the rapid spread of this infestation. So experts is also a subject, but this cannot be the first one. So the first one is obviously C. First one is obviously C. Then, so you can go for here. The first one is obviously C. Okay. Then what would be the second one here? Second one will be based on here. The second one is despite efforts to contain the situation. So they are talking about troubling bedbugs, right? Despite efforts to contain the situation, the bedbugs have infested public transport, popular tourist destinations, and environment. Okay. So here in the first sentence itself, they are talking about bedbugs, and the second sentence here, the continuation of the bedbugs itself is there. If you look at any other sense, this is furthermore, the bedbugs have become more common. Okay. And so if you look at the connection, first one connection to the second one, so despite would be the right one. Why it will be the right one? Because they are first initially what you have done is you have stated the problem. What is the problem? Paris, a global tourist destination, has recently faced a troubling resurgence of bedbugs across various neighborhoods and popular attraction in the city. So you have stated the problem. Now when you stated the problem, so if you go for this sentence, so choosing between F and B, if you choose F, the bedbugs have become more common sight in metros, airports, and control measures even more challenging. So this is furthermore. Okay. And if you look at here this sentence, despite efforts containing the situation, the bedbugs have infested public transport, popular tourists, and destination, all this. Okay. Here this is basically what they did is they try to contain the situation. Means that is a tourist place and they have bed bugs, but the government did not be quiet. They are trying to do something. Okay. So this word is basically a good connector of the sentence, the first one to this one. And furthermore is basically it will come at the last. Furthermore means and, no? Furthermore meaning is and, no? Means last, at the last. Now, not only that, some more. Okay. So and generally where it will come? At the last. Okay. So but here they are talking about bedbugs here, they are talking about bedbugs here. So you have to add this sentence here. Okay. What is this one here? The second sentence would be the bedbugs topic. The second sentence would be the B. It would be the right answer here. Okay. Then the third one will be yeah, as we discussed here. Yeah. And the third one will be this one. More they are continuation of the bedbugs. Okay. And the third one will be this one. Okay. So this will be the second one. And this can be the third one. Okay. So because of the words they have given. Okay. The third one is this one. Then the fourth one is, fourth question is fourth one. They are asking fourth one. Okay. So the fourth question will be, fourth answer will be, so we have completed C, B, F. This is over. Okay. Now we can't use this one. Now left over is C, B, F. Okay. Four, five, six. Okay, six are there here. 5, 6. Use this one. 6. Okay. Yeah, here. Now, so we have talked about all the bed bugs. So we have talked about the problem. Now, look at the answers. Now, what is going to happen? The government has therefore employed authorities. No, they have not given directly. This outbreak has raised concerns not only among the residents but also tourists. Okay. Then experts suggest. Okay. So here you have given the problem in depth, detailedly you have given. Now what will happen is based upon this, there are two things here. This outbreak has raised concerns. That is also right, and A is also right. But if you look at here, directly, usually government usually will not jump into solution. Usually the problem will be taken to the government, right? So this outbreak has raised the concerns not only among residents but also among the tourists, many of us whom. Okay, so the right generally will be here. D will be the right answer, I guess. Okay, so is there a D here? Fourth one, yeah, D is there here. So D will be the right answer. Then D will be the one right answer. Then naturally the government will come and jump here. Okay, so that would be the fifth one. Government will be fifth one. Then see, the last one will be E, right? Last one will be the E. So here this will be A, cost centers. Last will be, no. So here, yeah, right. Here, D, E, A. Okay. So finally, the government will come and jump, and then that will give. Okay. So that will be the right answer. So based upon this, if you look at the answers, so the last one is last will be the A. Finally, the government has given some solution. Okay. So they said they did something. Okay. That would be the right answer. Then, so that will be the answer. So the right sequence here is C, B, F, D, E, A would be the right answer. Okay. So C, B, F, D, E, A. Okay. So C, B, F, D, E, A. So as I told, government will come last and make this. Okay. That's the next question is, in the following questions, a few sentences are given. Identify the sentences that are grammatically and contextually correct. Okay, so grammatically and contextually correct sentence here is the children was playing. The children is a plural, no? So it's wrong. Yes, the children were playing. By the time we arrived, the concert had already started. Okay, then they're asking only correct one. So by the time we arrived, so this is the right one. Neither of the candidates was prepared for the final interview. Then in the following questions, a few sentences that are given, identify the sentences that are grammatically contextually incorrect. The students who had completed the assignments on time will receive extra credit for their instruction from their instructor. Despite of the heavy traffic, we managed to reach the airport on time for our flight. She has been working on the project since 6 months, but there is a still lot left to do. Okay, so here if you look at the students who have completed their assignments, who had completed. So this is the wrong answer. So they are asking incorrect. No, not this one. Who have, students have, right? The students who, the first sentence is somewhat right only. Despite of the heavy traffic, we managed to reach the airport on time for our flight. She has been working. I think this is where I should be shows. She had been working despite of the traffic. So despite, not of, despite the traffic is the right answer. Okay. So I think this is wrong. This is wrong. The students who have been. So students is a plural. Okay. So have is the right one here. The student, not a, because of the lighting, I saw like the student actually, but okay. Incorrect, no? So the answer will be B and so 2 and 3 will be okay. And yeah, that's it. Then the next one, each of the following questions in a sentence with 4 highlighted words is provided. These highlighted words may be either misspelled or used inappropriately. Select the incorrect word as the answers are, and if as words as the answer, and if all the highlighted words are correct in spellings and usage, choose all are correct as an answer. When the crown on the head of the newest king, when the crown on the head of the newest king, all the people at the coronation went wild with praise. So here, basically, because of autocorrection, this is not been run. Basically, the price is a PRAISC. Okay, so this is very wrong. Price is actually the wrong. Okay, price. PRAISC. Because we did nothing but sit in the hotel room, our vacation was vapid and uninteresting. Here, if you look at the spelling here, vacation, VSCATAON. Okay, one C will come here. So vacation is the answer. Okay. Then the next one, in each of the following sentences, the word is missing and replaced by a blank. Like fill in the blank. Okay. Choose the best word that given an option that can fit into the sentence without altering the intended meaning. She decided to donate a portion of her earnings to the local dash that supports underprivileged children. So when you donate to somebody, not for, so this atrocity is not right answer, clarity is not an answer, calamity is not an answer, acidity is also not. So charity is the right answer. Then next one, the art gallery hosted an exhibition featuring works from some of the most dash artists in the world. So most ignorant, no. Latent, no. Removable, no. Prestigious is right. Religious is somewhat right. But prestigious is the right word to choose. Okay, so the next one is the book had or an impact on her perspective, changing the way she viewed the world. So the book had a profound impact is somewhat right. Stripping impact only. Encroach also words accurately impacted. So no. Actually, profound is the right word here. Okay, profound means very strong meaning. Okay, very strong foundation. Okay, then the sudden power outage threw the entire city into dash with the traffic jams and confused crowds everywhere. Okay, so the sudden entire city into, not conquer means urgence. Okay, so that is wrong. Okay, chaos means war. Okay, so the chaos is the right one. Is somewhat right. Growth, no, not peculiar, no. Nascent is nascent means isolation. Okay, single. So that is somewhat right, but not right one here. Okay. Then the next one is once the switch was flipped, the machine was dash and began operating smoothly. So once the switch was flipped means they turned, okay? So the machine was welted, invoked, activated, captivated, deactivated. So deactivated is somewhat right, and activated is also right one. So the machine was operating smoothly. Smoothly means only activation would be the right one. Okay. So welted is wrong, invoked is wrong, captivated is wrong. Okay. So if you do something, the machine will stop working or it will start working. But look at the sentence, and it began operating smoothly means it activated. So activated would be the right one. So the next one is, in the following question, a phrasal verb is given. Okay, in bold. So it is then followed by 3 sentences, which is used, which has used in a given phrasal verb. So choose the best set alternatives from the 5 options given below, which have correctly used the given phrasal verb without altering the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so they have given come up. So come up is a phrasal verb. The issue of parking spaces came up during meeting, and we spent an hour discussing it. So came up means the topic was brought down there. Okay, an interesting opportunity came up, so I decided to apply for the job. The sun will come up in the west tomorrow according to the weather reports. So if you look at this meanings, all these things, okay, so the sun will come up in the west tomorrow. This is basically what is this one? Tomorrow is basically future tense. Okay, so here that the sun will come up in the west. Okay, this is basically what all the sentence should be universal truth. Okay, so here this is not a universal truth. So C cannot be the right answer. So the right word is they asked which is correctly used. No? Correctly used. So here A is right, B is right. So both A and B is right. So A is the option A is the right answer here. Now the next one. The same thing, get across. They got across the mountain by taking a shortcut through the forest. The presenter used charts and examples to get across the complex data in a cleaner manner. The speaker used visuals to get across his points effectively to the audience. So in all these 3 things, they got across the mountain by taking a shortcut. They got across means they crossed that. They crossed that. The presenter used charts and examples to get across the complex data. So to get across the complex data, you cannot bypass it. It's like bypassing. Okay. So we'll say there is some mountain. Okay. So instead of going like this and going like this, what the guy did, he went like this. Okay. So if you have complex data, so you can't skip and go like this. So you have to complex data. You cannot ignore some data. So this is wrong way of using. The speaker used means what you are saying is the presenter did not use the data. So that's wrong. So that's not that gives a negative sentence, negative meaning there. The speaker used visuals to get across his points to effective the audience. So means he used visuals to not to look at the answers, the audience. So this is also not the right way of expressing this one. So the right word will be only A would be the right answer here. Or only the A would be the right answer. Then this is the last one, I presume. Yeah. In the following question, check out. So you leave the hotel. Don't forget to check out at the reception desk. Check out, no? Generally we do that. You will be knowing the sentence. I am going to the library to check out some books for my research papers. To check out, okay? Then this is also somewhat right. Then you should check out that new restaurant downtown. It has great things about it, okay? So all these 3 are right. So All these three are right. So this is the way you have to solve the previous year question paper. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this explanation. Okay, looking at it, mostly if you have not able to catch what the explanation, please go through the previous playlist, the model questions. So in the model questions, each and every point, how to solve it, we have explained. So then you can come here to the previous year question paper and then you can solve it. Okay. So we are going to do this one here. And here, the main point here is you should have a good knowledge on the English grammar and some varieties of questions. Okay. Then solving a previous year question paper will be easy. So let's keep this point in mind. And then, so practice as much as possible. Previous year question papers are model questions. So you will definitely succeed. I wish you all the best. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with your friends who are aspiring to learn English, general English, or preparing for any competition examinations. Everybody will be able to benefit with this video. We'll meet again. Thank you.